Empieza Cotes. Habla fuerte, Cotes.
Hello.
Hello,
What's your name?
my name's Adam.
Nice to meet you. Andrea.
Andrea, nice to meet you.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Pennsylvania, United States.
Did you spend time in Colombia?
No, I've been in Colombia for 4 years now, and I first came to Colombia in 2004, 10 years ago. Yeah.
How many places have you known in this country?
In this country, woo! In so many years, I've known many, almost the whole country. Really, I've traveled on land from Ecuador to the Caribbean and back to Ecuador 3 times.
You know
More than most Colombians, yeah, because most Colombians don't have the free time to travel even in their own country. But,
or
yeah.
maybe the money.
Yeah.
What do you think about the weather in this country?
The weather, I love the weather in this country. Well, it's very different depending on where you are in this country. In Bogota, it's very different than the coast, and it's very different here than up in the Sierra Nevada where I live. But I love the variety of weather and the environment. I love it.
In which part of the Sierra do you live?
I live above Minca. If you go from Santa Marta to Minca and pass it 2 more hours in a car, then you would get to La Cagua, right?
Ah,
Creo que está San Lorenzo. Cerro Kennedy.
where is your favorite season?
My favorite season, well, really here in this region we only have 2. Right? You have invierno and verano. You have winter and summer. I prefer the winter. I like the rain. I like whenever the air is clean, you have better views, and everything's green, more birds, more animals in general when it's raining. I prefer that.
What do you think about the culture of Colombia?
The culture of Colombia is very different. Different from other countries as well as within Colombia. It seems to me there's a big difference between even big cities. The culture of Medellin is very different than Bogota. And the big cities are very different from the countryside, the campo. But I love it. I love the variety of cultures that you find inside this one pretty small country compared to the United States. It's not big. But I love it. I love the variety.
And the culture of Santa Marta?
Culture of Santa Marta, I like because it's the culture of a small town in something that's almost a big city. It's not a big city yet. And it still has that feel, the culture of being a pueblo instead of a big city and lots of people hurrying and wanting to make more money, and spend. It's not like that yet. It's growing up fast. It's growing very fast. But it's still, to this day, it still seems like a pueblo. I like that.
How much famous Colombian do you know?
How many famous Colombians do I know? Personally, none. But I know of many. To think of people like Gabo or Shakira and Juanes. I mean, there are many super famous Colombians, sports stars. I would know of. Wow, to include politicians and people who are still famous. 20, 30. Not super famous, but I would know 20, 30 famous Colombians.
Are you a fan of the Colombian sport?
The athletes? Yes. Not very big fan. I haven't followed. I haven't really, except for the cyclists. Like just yesterday or the day before yesterday, there was a Colombian cyclist that was winning in the Tour of Italy. I forget where they were. But bicycling is very strong for Colombians. And it's because we have so many mountains here, I think they have good practice.
And the sailing too.
Yeah.
What is your opinion about Colombia?
In general, I think it's my favorite country in the world. Yeah, and because of the people more than anything. It's, a lot of places have the same types of flora and fauna. They have the same mountain and waterfalls and things, and birds and animals, but no other country has so many Colombians. It's the people that make it special.
What is the reason for you visiting Colombia?
I live here now, and the reason is that I loved it from when I first came as a visitor in 2004. I knew right away that I wanted to live in Colombia because of all the things that you've already asked about: the culture, the diversity, the weather, the freedom that you really have here. I know it's not as easy as in some developed countries, but you have more freedoms here to do your own thing. If you want to start a business, you just have to do it. You don't have to have so many licenses and registrations and things to just start. Well, you have to grow a bit in Colombia before the government makes you pay taxes and they get you on registration and stuff. It's easier to start from zero in Colombia than it is other places. But for lots of reasons. Mostly the people, though. The people and the development. There's a lot more opportunity here than I find in other countries now, because it's a developing country. It's moving forward, not staying in the same place, where to me Europe, North America, and a lot of developed countries are spending a lot of energy and money and time on maintaining the same thing, maintaining the same level of culture, whereas Colombia is still going up, and that's a good opportunity. Yeah. Oh, it's magical. It's a magical place. It's the highest coastal mountain on Earth. Like it's on the coast. And this very small mountain chain or range has every thermal level on Earth, from permanent ice of the ice caps of the mountaintop to deserts and everything in between. Rainforest, cloud forest, every kind of forest that exists in this tiny little mountain. I love it. I love it. I think it's magical. And I feel very fortunate and privileged to find my spot and to have a life here. It's amazing. It's amazing.
About that, do you know a lot about the university of that place?
Oh yeah. Yeah. After living so long, and I live in the Sierra Nevada. I don't live like just at the base or in Minca, which is just the doorway. That's the entry. I live at 1,600 meters in altitude, where the diversity is obvious, where you just go from the coast to 1,600 meters and you pass 3 different zones of vegetation. It changes a lot in a very short amount of time. And even the animals. The birds, the plants all change a lot. And just physically with your eyes, without being a professor, you can see that it's a really huge diversity. But I also have friends that are biologists and professors that do talk to me. We talk about that stuff too, so I'm a little more informed than maybe a lot of foreigners.
We are students of biology in the Magdalena University. So we are so happy that you appreciate Colombia.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Thank you.
No problem.
Gracias.
Chao.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Y genial conocerte.
No.
No tengo lugar.